They gon' hit me up on Snapchat, so you know I had to hit it with a snapback. Big ting, yeah, she from Iraq. Yeah, you know I had to go in Baghdad.
Right, innit? Bro, yeah. You're right. All right, welcome everybody to the Finding Neema podcast. This is episode 9. We're almost at 10 episodes. I've done the podcast every single week except for one, which was the week where I completely took a hiatus because of the protests that were going on and all the movement for the Black Lives Matter all over social media was happening, and I just felt like I needed to show solidarity for all my fellow Black brothers and sisters, and completely black out from my own social media for a week or two, and so I can help raise the voices in the Black community instead. So I was happy to do that, and also I didn't feel right to post anything else in that time. And it's funny I say that too, because I'm a comedian, and the whole point of me being a comedian is to talk about stuff that's uncomfortable and create content and do content in times that are uncomfortable. So like my purpose is to shine light and shine positivity into the world when there's darkness, right? So it was obviously a tough decision to make, but at that point I just really felt the right thing to do was not to post any comedy for at least a week or whatever, how long it was. And so I just wanted to help out my fellow Black friends in the Black community, my brothers and sisters. And I hope it helped, man. And I think, I try to do my part whenever I can in real life and online, but mostly in my real life. Okay. Like I'm a person who, I like showing love to anybody. Doesn't matter what race, what color you are. I don't care about that. Okay. Cause I grew up in a very diverse community my whole life. I was born and raised in Scarborough, Ontario, which is one of the most diverse cities in the world, I think. Just anywhere in general in the city of Toronto or the surrounding areas are very diverse. So, and my group of friends, man, like literally like every person is from a different background, like different nationality, right? Somewhere in the world. So it's cool, man. So I understand the injustice that Black people have been going through, not just this week or this month, or even last year or the year before, but for fucking centuries, man. So I'm gonna continue doing my part to address the negative parts about all the shit they have to go through throughout my life, and I'm sorry, throughout their lives. And I'm just saying, like, in person, that's when it matters the most, okay? Because if you're just gonna post a black square, which a lot of people did on Instagram, it was a Blackout Tuesday thing where you just posted a black square and hashtag Black Lives Matter on the post, like that doesn't do shit. You just posting that doesn't mean you're fucking helping to end racism, okay? Or police brutality. That's not the whole point. The whole point is to to show awareness, and then do your part in person too, like in your real life. Donate to these Black-owned charities, nonprofits, sign petitions to get Black people who were wrongfully convicted of crimes, get them out of the jail, bail them out, you know what I mean? Like all these things. And for me personally, I don't have money, bro. Like I'm broke. I'm like, I don't have money to spend already. So for my own actions, I'm not financially able to donate really anything at all. When I can, honestly though, like I will. And when there's times where I'm comfortable with spending my money for a good cause, I will do that. But for the time being, I just can't afford to spend any more money on anything else but things that are necessary for my own existence. Because at some point, like you have to care about other people too. And like, it's good to be a good human being and to care for others. Obviously, show compassion and love, obviously. But at some point, at the end of the day, you always have to think about yourself first, okay? You got to be a little bit selfish, as shitty as it sounds, but it's true, man, because if you put other people ahead of yourself first, you're never going to get anywhere. You're not going to grow, you're not going to make progress. You're not going to live a good life that way, okay? You're always going to be in the rear end of everything. Like you have to put yourself first and then you worry about other people, okay? No matter what's happening, okay? Because yeah, there's this problem now, and then there's always something bad happening in the world, right? Every day. So you can't just choose to be there. Like you can't put other people ahead of you first. First put yourself first, okay? Work on yourself first, and then you can worry about other people. That's just my opinion. I just think that's the right thing to do. But anyways, I'm rambling about this, but I just wanted to bring that up before I continued the podcast for episode 9. I'm going to talk about some funny shit. Finally, I'm back to doing funny stuff because, I realized midway through the 2 weeks that I took off pretty much that, my purpose in life in general in my career is to shine positivity, spread love, spread compassion, spread a good message, and most of all, humor. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to make people laugh. I'm here to inspire younger kids or whoever is watching my stuff to not just, be a better person or have a good laugh or try to be funny, but to just be great at their own craft too, because that's the same thing I got from my idols too, which is Kobe Bryant, number 1. Okay, rest in peace, Mamba, as I mentioned a few times already in these podcasts. But like seeing Kobe Bryant do what he does in his own craft and be as great as he was in his craft of basketball inspired me in so many lengths that no one even could understand, because it's not just about the game for him. It's about the lifestyle around it. It's not just basketball, it's everything. Okay, you need to be working on every aspect of your life for you to be great at what you want to do. You can't just want to do, I don't know, you want to be a singer, but you're not going to do the work to get up to it, to get better. Okay, you have to train, you have to work on your physical health, your mental health. You have to communicate with people. You have to be, stable in your relationships, make some money, you have to grind it out. It's a tough process and it's going to be uncomfortable. But you have to do the things that are uncomfortable so you get to somewhere where you're finally comfortable and happy with what you're doing, okay? I'm not saying wait for a result for you to be happy. You should be happy the whole ride. I'm happy right now, okay? As broke as I am, as, I don't know, little followers I have, subscribers, as little money I have, as, the relationships that are, still not amazing, or I've never had a girlfriend, all this shit happens, right? I'm still my weight's still up, I'm still trying to lose weight, you know what I mean? I could choose to be negative about all these things in my life every day and just sulk over it, but I'm never going to get anywhere doing that. So I'm already happy with who I am and what the process, why? Because I know what the process is to get successful in the future. And so I'm not worried about what's going on now or in the next 10 years or 20 years. I know what I'm striving for, and that's all that matters. I'm happy where I am, what I'm working towards. Okay, it's a long process. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. As cliche as that sounds, it's true though. You know what I mean? And for me, it's not about striving for perfection. It's striving for excellence. Okay, so let's say you have a goal in a week to lose 7 pounds. Let's say you lost 6. By the end of the week, you're like, oh, fuck, 6 pounds? Well, I guess I should give up. This is bullshit, right? That's a fixed mindset right there. You can choose to do that, but you're gonna lose. You're gonna be a failure for real, and you're just gonna give up that easily. No, don't do that. Okay, if you want to win, you change your mindset about it. You have a growth mindset about it. You look at it in terms of oh, well, I didn't reach my goal of 7 pounds this week, but I lost fucking 6, which is still amazing. All right, so you look at the positive side of things, and that's what keeps you going. And then you don't judge. Number one thing is you don't judge yourself either. Don't judge yourself, because as soon as you stop judging yourself, you stop judging others. And I'm telling you, it's the most freeing feeling in the world, because I'm still working on that too myself, and I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Okay, I'm not just saying this out of my ass because I read it in a book or saw Gary Vee talk about it, even though I love Gary Vee and all these other people who I look up to that I'm learning from. But I'm just saying it's good to look at the positive side of things and not judge yourself. So if you lose 6 pounds when you want to lose 7 in a week, look at it like, oh, okay, well, I lost 6. Okay, well, didn't hit 7, but I have another week. Try again the next week. Try for 7 again if you want, or whatever number. Doesn't matter. As long as you're making progress every day, every week, every month, every year, every 10 years, that's what's going to make you feel happier, get more successful. Life will come to full circle that way, and, it's just a better situation. listen, I'm a 25-year-old Middle Eastern male who was born in Canada, and I'm a comedian. That's all I am. I'm not a philosopher or nothing. I'm nothing special. I'm just like you guys. I'm just a regular human being. So I might be talking out of my ass. Who knows? I could be talking shit, and everyone's just gonna, like, you people are just taking notes. And you're like, yeah, he's right. I'm just talking from my own experience, and what's helped me. Doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So I'm just preaching whatever has worked for me. I'm trying to like show my perspective on things, and then like you guys can take it with a grain of salt. So, grain of salt, right? Is that the right term? A grain of salt, or is it a pound of? No, yeah, it's a grain of salt. Okay, it's an expression of, when you hear someone's opinion, you take it, analyze it on your own, and you take action however you want to take action. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like, I could be a nobody and just be talking out of my ass, but hey, man, I'm just trying to help. I'm here to help, and if you want to take the advice, you can. If not, it's okay, man. I just want you guys to be happy and to know what you want in life, and I want everyone to be successful and have a good life. Okay, so anyways, enough of this bullshit. I'm gonna continue talking about some next shit now. Social media expectations. Well, by the way, before I actually continue that, I'd like to mention I have a new chair. I know if you're on video, you can see. If you're on audio, I built my own chair last week, so I'm very proud of that fact that I did that on my own. Might I add? Thank you very much. And I built my brother's, so I'm on top, baby. I'm on top. It's a nice little white chair, as you can tell. It's a nice little white chair. It's nice and leathery and very nice, soft. So my ass doesn't hurt as much anymore. My ass used to hurt so much when I was sitting down on the regular chair I was sitting on. You can't obviously see it right now, but like, it was a wooden chair that we had in our house for like 25 years. And literally it's like sitting on fucking glass, just like a hard glass with no cushion, nothing. I'm just, my tailbone was just cracking every time I sat down in the chair. So it's a nice little change. Now my ass is nice and cushiony and soft and not hurting and bruised. So that's that. Thank you for listening to the TED Talk on my Neema Naz's white chair. So I've been on social media obviously for a while now, and I want to talk about social media expectations versus the reality. Okay? There's so much I hate seeing cringe shit, like people like always acting all like, I know this is gonna sound weird and wrong in a way because I always talk about this, but it's so cringeworthy watching younger kids or whoever, like someone who's a younger person or a personality on social media, when they show just their like happy side and they're just like, always smiling and like happy and like, it's like everything's all like golly, everything's okay, right? And they never talk about the negative stuff that happens to them, the bad stuff. I'm not saying people should show their like dark side all the time and like be all sad and depressed and bring people down. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, man, like social media, you see someone's life and they're celebrating always, and they're always on a beach, they're always wearing bikinis, they're all hot, their ass looks fine, their titties, like nice abs and shit. But realistically, that person, as soon as the camera's off, is gonna start mowing down on pizza for like 30 minutes straight, and then hate their lives. They have anxiety, they have depression, they have this problem. They just had a fight with their significant other. Someone in their family died. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows what you see on social media. It's not all real, okay? Some of it's real. Literally, you looking at the video itself, it's real. What they're actually doing on the camera, but their intention behind it, their actual feelings while they're doing the video isn't always real. Most of the time, it's not. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it to bring anyone down or to hate on it. I'm just saying that's the reality of what you see online. And so I'm just saying this for people, especially who are very easily persuaded to like think a certain way, or like they watch someone who has influence and they see them all like, ooh, like, look at my ass. Oh, I have this many followers and I'm rich and I have people who love me and I have a dog, I have this. And then like the person who's sitting at home who's like broke and like family's broken and they can barely eat food. they look at that and they're like, oh my god, fuck, like I'm so fat. Oh, I wish my life was like hers. I wish my life was like his. Oh, why is he so hot? Why is his nose like that? Why is mine like this? Why is my titties like shut the fuck up, okay? Like they're not perfect. They're not. You're the same person, okay? They're just trying to like show off and always show their best side. Literally, they're always show their best side. You don't see Kylie Jenner coming on and like, wearing something shitty and like showing a weird angle in a picture that doesn't make her ass look flattering or her boobs look good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're never gonna do that shit. The worst part is actually they're worse than you are. The person who's consuming the information, because they think they have it. They have to portray an image for everyone to see so that they can get satisfaction and validation from people knowing that okay, my ass is nice, okay, my titties look good, my face looks good, my makeup is nice, my hair's like this, my chin is perfect, my jawline's good. Like they're so self-conscious with themselves and not confident that they have to seek validation from you, someone who doesn't have a following, who's not, their whole life is on social media. And I'm saying this, I'm talking about this because I'm a part of that world now, or at least, for the past few years, whatever. I've been trying to be that person who can influence others for the better, like for good. Obviously not like, show any false information, or like I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to show my ego. I'm like, I don't want to be cocky and stuff like that, right? I just want to be myself, like I am off camera the same way I am on camera, okay? So, and it's just a thing I've noticed throughout the years being in the entertainment industry, being in comedy, doing comedy, being at shows, meeting certain people who are in the restaurant business, in the nightlife industry, comedy industry, acting industry. Like, it's a lot of these people are fake, and they just kind of like, it's all a show off game. Especially, I don't know if it is anywhere, a lot of other places, but definitely in Toronto and in North America. But where I live specifically too, it's like I see that shit all the time, and people are always showing off and like trying to like show their money. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I hate seeing people. It's always guys too, for some reason. They're always just like they're playing some like shitty song in the background while showing off their stacks of money. Like they have bills of money. Like, oh, look at all the money I made. Like, how fucking self-conscious and low confidence and low self-esteem do you have for you to go and do that? To show off the money you have on camera in front of your followers. Like, you're a fucking loser. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. You're a loser if you do that. I'm taking a sip of water. Give me a couple seconds audio, because you can't see me on video. You can see me holding the water bottle in my hand, but on audio you just think, why the fuck is this guy taking 7 seconds and not talking? But we can just hear him breathe through his fat nose. I'm taking a sip of water. Okay. ASMR. Hey man, I gotta take a water break. I have to take a water break. My throat gets dry too, I'm a human being. I can't just not drink water. My shit gets dry. Not my actual shit, my throat. My shit, I mean my throat. Okay, you get it. But, so yeah, man, so many people, it's a fake side of them on social media. And I'm not saying everybody. There's a lot of people who are legit themselves, like they are in real life, like they are on camera, which is great, and I love that. And those are the people I, drive myself towards, because they're very like-minded, like I am, and we just get along, and we want the same things, we work towards the same things, we have the same work ethic, blah blah blah. But, sorry, excuse my burp. It's just the other people, man. It's the other people who are constantly trying to like showcase that their bodies and their faces and their personalities, like it's all perfect, when in reality, man, everyone's flawed, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm just saying, don't come on social media and act like everything's all perfect and sunshine and rainbows. When you actually are happy and like you're actually in a good mood that day or the week or whatever, sure, by all means. I even do that too. I'm for the most part, I do that. Like I come on social media and like every day, and yeah, I post like funny stories. I'm always like singing or dancing, like, I do this shit daily. But there are days where I just like, I don't feel like it. I'm very like, I'm dealing with my mental health and my weight, or like, I have something I need to work on in my personal life that's bringing me down, and like I just don't feel like being funny. I don't feel funny, you know what I mean? Like I doubt myself. And so those days I don't really try to like put on a fake smile or a fake mask and then be like, "Oh, hey guys, look at me. I'm a clown." I'm not about that. So basically what I'm trying to say is keep it real, keep it 100, keep it 100, keep it real. Don't be fake, all right? Show your real side. And the best part about all this is if you show your real side, your raw, authentic side on social media, and I'm not talking about real life here. I'm talking about social media. If you show your genuine, authentic side of things, like you're not all like if you show people, especially if you have a following, that you're not always like feeling perfect, you're not feeling good always. Like you also have to deal with shit. Man, like the amount of respect that people will have for you even more after that is endless. And that's something that I definitely advocate for, is showing the real side of you. And I've done that many times too. Like, and obviously I'm not saying I'm perfect or in that sense, but I'm just saying I think I take pride in doing that. Like, and I think more influencers, more comedians, more social media, whatever, big people with big followings, like they should do that more. They should be more real. Like literally go on camera one time and if you're feeling sad about your fucking roles, go on and be like, "Hey man, honestly, like I want to be funny today, but man, I'm just like self-conscious about my roles, and like I'm trying to lose weight and I'm doing well, I'm making progress, but I just want to say, like, honestly, like nobody's perfect, and if you're feeling the same way, I feel you. I have much compassion for you. It's gonna be okay. Just keep pushing through. Don't give up. You'll get to your goals, and just enjoy the ride along the way. And just remember, no one's perfect, so don't judge yourself too hard, all right? But live your life, enjoy it, and still do whatever you want to do, and that makes you happy, all right? You know what I mean? So I'm always about that too, and as I'm saying this as examples, I'm saying this for real too, for whoever's listening and whoever's watching. I really, truly believe in all this stuff. So I hope you take that with a grain of salt. Grain of salt, Baba. Okay, yeah. Hello, hi. I am Persian. By the way, if you're new to this podcast and you're still watching or listening, which very very surprised if you're still tuning in, because this podcast is about nothing. I really appreciate you once again. I know I say this all the time, but I really appreciate anyone who supports me through this journey. I just started doing my podcast a few weeks ago, and this is the 9th episode, and I'm going to keep it consistent. I'm going to keep it going weekly. I know I missed one, but I explained that earlier, but it's going to be consistent. Every week I'll be posting a podcast. It'll be on average 45 minutes to an hour. And I've had a couple of guests so far. I had Farouk, which is a really cool CEO, business owner in Montreal, Canada, and he's also Persian. He's a really good dude and like the king of social media comments. Check him out. And then I had my boy Alex, obviously, for the top. We had a crucial conversation about Black Lives Matter and just the injustices that Black people have to go through, and all that stuff. And so I don't know. I'll have like future guests that are comedians too. I think that'll be funny. If you have any suggestions too, whoever's listening or watching, just let me know. Like DM me on Instagram, on Twitter, comment on my YouTube video, on this YouTube video right now, or on if you're listening on audio, just like message me somehow. But so I want to actually talk about what happened in the past couple of weeks with like the killing of George Floyd and the murder and like the protests that were happening, the riots, looting, all this bullshit. Here's another thing about social media influencers or people who are on social media who have a big following. I don't consider myself having a big following on Instagram. I have 45K right now, 45,000 followers. It's pretty good. I'm not complaining, but obviously I'm not by any means. I'm not happy about it at all because I'm not satisfied at all because I want my following to be bigger and bigger every day, and I'm still working towards it. I'm never gonna give up because I want to be successful, and I know this is gonna be all worth it. Down the line and throughout my whole career, but the thing that's been happening a lot over the past few years with social media influencers or people with followers, large followings, is like whenever something bad happens in the world, and it's not even just like every little bad thing. It's always like the things that happen that hit mainstream media. It's never just regular. It's never like an everyday problem or bad thing that happens. Like for instance, because I'm in North America, and that's usually what happens in North America is whenever like you don't hear anything about the killings that happen in Syria or the bombings or Palestine or fucking all the child trafficking shit that happens in the Middle East or in Africa or this and that in Iran. You know what I mean? Like all this bad shit happens all the time, but you only in North America or in Canada for me, all you see is like the main things that like the media wants you to see, right? They only show you things that they want you to see. And so the killing of George Floyd, rest in peace, like obviously I'm so against it, and like the police brutality, all that shit that's been happening to black people in the past fucking 400 years or so is ridiculous, and obviously I'm against it, and it's horrific seeing all the videos. And racism has been alive and well this whole time. It's just now it's just being recorded. Okay, it's not like it got worse or better or nothing. It's just that people are now getting exposed more because of video cameras. So my point in all this is that when the George Floyd killing happened, the murder happened, I remember okay, so actually let me backtrack really quick. A few months ago when the Ukraine plane crash happened with the Iranian passengers on the plane, it was flying out of Iran, and their own government apparently shot down the plane and killed 300 Iranian people, which is insane. It's fucked up. It's horrific hearing about it, and I saw it, and I remember watching the news or whatever, and it was terrible. But I have a little bit of a Persian following on my Instagram, obviously on my social media, and so obviously I had a bunch of Persian people who follow me DM me saying it was like literally the day of or like the day after. And actually I actually flew into Jamaica the day before it happened. So oh fuck, sorry for the burp. So I wasn't even aware of what happened until like my brother like reached out to me or something, and then like couple of days later or whatever. Within those 2 days of me not checking my social media, I had like a bunch of messages from Persian people who were angry and sending me hateful shit about, yo, you're not going to post about the Iranian plane crash? Like, yo, how dare you? Like, yo, you're a disgrace to Persian people. Like, yo, you have a Persian following, but you're not going to post about Iran's plane crash, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, like, first of all, I didn't even know this happened until 2 days later. My brother messaged me saying, because he has access to my account, and he's like, yo, people are messaging you, like, hating and, like, telling you to fuck off and die and shit. And so obviously, we had to block a few people because they're disgusting. And so I didn't post about it, and because this is my stance, man. When I'm a comedian, and my whole life I've never been a political person. I've never been like into like the negativity in the media and all this bad shit that's happening in the world. I'm very well aware of what's happening. I personally don't choose to bring it up in any situation unless I have full context of it and I have full understanding and I'm confident with the opinions I have for me to communicate them. And so I never really have been like that, and so I just choose to stay away from that, and that's okay, man. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like if you're not political, you're an oppressor, or like you're using your privilege. I'm like, no, I just like I can't care about everything, right? Like I can't. You can't either. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You cannot like just care about every single bad. If you care about every single bad thing that happened in the world, then you got to post about it every single day, right? No, you're not gonna fucking do that, right? Or unless you're CNN, okay? Then go ahead, by all means, go nuts, be my guest, Al Jazeera. I don't know, fucking what other news websites or I don't even know, like you know what I mean? So I'm not a news network. That's the whole point of news networks, or even like, and to bring my point together is, so people, they look at social media influencers who have like a certain amount of following. I don't know what the line is, what the limit is here, or what the minimum following is for you to post about this stuff. But people just like all of a sudden they follow you, and then they see that you have like a little bit of following, or like even a lot of followers, and then all of a sudden they come to you and they're like showing their anger to you, saying, "Oh, how dare you not post about this? Oh, you don't care? Oh, so you don't give a fuck about the equal rights or this and that?" And then it just like they try to make you look bad. But I'm like, you have no context of my life either, though. Like, why are you coming at me? Why are you attacking me when you don't know what the fuck I'm going through? What if the like when George Floyd got murdered, like, what if someone who has a following like I do, that same day one of their cousins died, not in the same way, but I'm just saying they just had a death in their family, and they're grieving and they're fucking crying all day, and they're they don't know what to do with themselves. They're they're not fucking worried about George Floyd. Not that it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, you have to think of yourself first. Like I said before, you have an immediate family member dying. You can't care about George Floyd or a UK plane crash, or this person getting raped, or this person getting assaulted. All these things are terrible, but I'm just saying, you have no context about what the other person on the social media side, like the person who has the following, is dealing with themselves in their own real lives. So you can't just come out of nowhere and attack someone who has a little bit of a following because you think they have to post about this, or else they're racist or sexist or a fucking sexual abuser or this and that. You can't come up with those judgments if you don't know the other person on the other side of it, right? You have no pieces of the context. All you know is that this person has a large following, and that's it. And then you judge them based off if they post about something that should spread awareness or not. That's ridiculous. I think that's dumb. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, like, so after I didn't post, so I didn't end up posting anything about the UK plane crash because I don't want to talk about it. I just hit my camera. I didn't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, and I never want to talk about shit like that. Okay, like, unless, okay, maybe something, I get directly affected by something, then sure. But first of all, yeah, because if I'm Iranian, sure. But I was born in Canada. Okay, my parents are from Iran. I'm not even from there. I didn't grow up with any Persians. Like, I don't know about what's going on the other side of the world. So it's hard for me to speak up about it. Like, why should I talk about it? So then every time a Greek person who follows me, a plane crash happens in Greece, I have to post it. An Italian person who I have a lot of Italian followers, I have to post about everything Italian. Black person, brown person, Asian person. Like, I can't. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm just like, maybe, I don't know, like talking shit or what, but this is just how I feel, man. And I can't hide the fact that I feel this way. And I hope anyone who's watching or listening understands where where I'm coming from and my perspective on these things, because I think it matters, and you have to talk about it, and I am talking about it so people can understand further. But my point is, like, and so when the George Floyd thing happened, like, I really thought about it, and at first I was like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna talk about this because I'm not gonna post about it. And even though some people who don't even follow me messaged me, hey, you should be using your platform to post about George Floyd. Stop posting comedy. Why are you making comedy? Have some respect. Blah blah blah. But I'm like, so every time something bad happens, I have to just show respect by not posting something that's my career, that's my life, that's helping me grow as a person, as a comedian. You know what I mean? Like, I have to stop my job. I can't. Like, at some point, sometimes, man, it's a financial situation. I have to make money. I have to, like, provide for a family. I'm not saying as an example. Like, some people just, like, they can't just stop posting on social media because you think it's the right thing to do because someone in a different country died. And once again, let me preface this with saying, let me be completely clear. I'm not saying anyone should die like that. I think it's fucking horrible, right? I'm totally against police brutality, against anybody, especially against black people. I hate racism. I'm anti-racism, okay? But my point is about social media and people forcing and manipulating influencers or comedians or actors or musicians who have followings to post something about an injustice that happens in the world one time here and one time there. And I just think it's ridiculous that for people to come at people like me for reasons like that. Okay, like, I'm not a news network. I'm here. I'm a comedian. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to make you laugh. I'm here to put some entertainment into your life for a few minutes, make your day brighter for even 5 minutes of your day. That's what I'm here to do. That's my purpose. I'm here to make you laugh. I'm here to make your day better, not to bring you down even more by posting about negative shit that happens in the world every day. This is a cruel world, okay? Accept it. This shit's going to keep happening. As unfortunate as it sounds, it's going to keep happening. But you can't do anything about it. I mean, like, there are things you can do about certain things. And so that's why, and that's why I want to say, for the George Floyd thing, yeah, like, it makes sense for me to maybe post about, not to spread awareness, because there's already so much awareness being spread. My job is to use my platform for good in a way where I can maybe, help show resources to actually provide an action to change something, right? So to get justice for George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, the people who got wrongfully convicted, or shot by police by accident, and like the officers didn't get arrested or charged, right? My job, I guess, and I thought about it a lot, is to, I could post a petition link or a donation link to help out, because this is an ongoing issue. It's not a one-time thing that happens, every day. Like, it's not every day a plane crashes and kills 300 people, okay? It's not taking away about how shitty of an event that is either, but I'm just saying, if I can do because my job here is to help the world in a certain way, which is by providing comedy, but I want to help in any way I can, but under one condition of, it has to be something that is able to provide change to make the situation better, not to just like post about, oh, plane crash happened, oh, massacre, oh, this, rest in peace, my prayers. I'm not going to do that. Because, one, I don't want to bring myself down either. And two, it's like, what's the point of me posting about that? Sure, okay, rest in peace to these people. But, like, how is that helping you? What's helping you is if I post a donation link or a petition link about, getting these officers arrested who wrongfully shot and abused black people. It's an ongoing issue every day. So I can help that by posting petition links and getting people to sign shit and donate. That helps. Me just saying, oh, sorry for your loss, sending my love, like, thoughts and prayers, that does nothing for nobody, and it doesn't make sense. I'm a comedian page. Why the fuck am I writing that for every little thing? That doesn't make sense. It's just out of my lane. Not that I don't want to, or I don't like doing it. It's just, I just don't see it being a fit. It doesn't make sense for me to post it. In real life, come talk to me in private. I'm a very caring person, very compassionate, and I show so much compassion and love for anyone who suffers through any injustices or deaths or bullshit in their daily lives. But this is my stance on social media, and so pretty much that's all I wanted to say. And about that, it's a long, serious topic, and I know it's sometimes might be tough for people to hear, and some of you might have tuned out already. It's totally fine. It's okay. I fucking know who I am, and I appreciate anyone who's still watching and listening. But, man, don't manipulate people into posting shit. Don't force someone to post about something and then call them out for being an oppressor if they don't post about something. Like, that's bullshit, okay? Like, what are you doing in your real life to help, huh? How do you know I'm not donating to the Black Lives Matter Foundation, to this charity, signing petitions, doing my job in the regular field, in my real life, or in my circles, in my inner circles, in my workplace? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know that. You have no context, once again, right? So pretty much just like I'm so against people, and I'm so done with people trying to force someone who has a following into posting something that everyone else is already posting about, or just because it's a bad event or a shitty thing happened one day. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just force someone to post about this stuff, okay? So to add on to that point, actually, that's why, on a lighter note, I've been starting to block a lot of people, which has been so freeing. Oh my God. It's been so nice, especially if you don't follow me. Ooh, it's even better. People who've been just like, from now on, I don't give a fuck. I've got that Chris D'Elia, Seth Rogen energy from now on. Anyone who talks shit in my comments and my DMs, tries to force me and manipulate me into posting about something, trying to make me feel bad, boom, blocked. It's a block party, baby. Welcome to the block party. Everyone's invited. Bring your friends. Tell your mom and dad. Bring some desserts because we're gonna have fun on this block party. All right? Shut the fuck up and keep doing your thing and stop trying to force me to post shit that you think is important to you. Okay? I'll do what I want to do. I know my purpose in this world. I'll do what I want. I'll post what I want. It's my page. Eat a dick. Okay? If you don't like it, leave. If you want to keep nagging me, you're going to get blocked. And that's that. Okay? So, yeah. I've blocked like 30 people in the past 2 weeks. That's for sure. It's been nice. Yeah, you should try it sometime if you haven't done it. I think like 2020 has been crazy though, man. Like I talked about this in one of the previous episodes, but ever since Kobe died, which I cried about again 2 nights ago because I watched his highlights and his memorial service, fucking bawled my eyes out. But this guy gives me motivation still, even when he's dead. Ever since Kobe died, the world just went to shit. Okay, coronavirus hit, lockdown, murder hornets, Black Lives Matter protests, and all the riots that occurred after that shit. It's just all been a shit show, man. And then like, and honestly, I don't know, man. Like, and I don't want to. Like I said, I'm not a political person. I'm not getting into politics at all. But like, Donald Trump is fucked too. Like, I don't know what this guy's actually a joke. Like, some of his tweets are hilarious in a very bad way. It shouldn't be that funny. This guy's not doing anything to help anyone in the States. It's there's so much bad shit happening, and he just like fucking hides out and just laughs with his trillions of dollars. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone, which is so sad to see. But 2020 has been fucked. But to provide another side of this, another perspective of how shitty 2020 has been, I actually can kind of see it being, in a way, a good thing, because maybe it's like it's not meant for like the year to be shit for everyone. It's meant to be actually to wake people up and to call out the government and to, you know, actually take action into making change in our governments, in our world, to live better lives. And with all the protests that have been going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, man, they've actually gotten a lot of shit done, which is great. They're trying to defund the police because police brutality is fucked, and we should, like, the police are actually insane, especially in the States. They just like they're fighting protesters with guns and tear gas. I'm like, what are you doing? This is a protest. That's what a protest is. It's a peaceful protest. They're just protesting. Why are you out in the streets bashing people's heads in and punching them and shielding them like with riot gear? Like, what the fuck is the point of this? And so, man, like the protests have actually helped a lot. They've defunded police in many areas. They're like changing laws to provide better for the police to handle situations better, et cetera, et cetera. So that's great to see. And I just think 2020 is maybe the year where people get more woke, man, and they're more like aware of the real shit that's actually going on in the world, man. Instead of being sheep and listening to mainstream media and being a dumb fucking racist, you actually realize, oh shit, man, this is actually a problem that it's not just black people have to go through. We have to go through too. It's not just Middle Easterns. It's our problem too, man. We gotta help everybody out. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about that in a way, and I think it's gonna get better and better from here. And another thing, coronavirus, I still think it's somewhat of a scam. And now, not a scam, but it's hard to believe that we just all of a sudden have to be on lockdown for like 6 months. But then all the protests happen all of a sudden, and everyone's okay. And then coronavirus just vanishes. No one's talking about coronavirus now. It's just about protests. Just coronavirus just left? He's like, oh, shit, protesters are here? I'm fucking out of here, boys. Like, no. There's obviously a reason why they did this shit. I don't know. I've always been one to be skeptical of the government and the media. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. It's just where my mind goes with these things, but I think it'll get better and better, and I don't know, like, I have hope for the future, and if you're watching this, honestly, I hope you can do your part to impart, is that the right word, impart change into our communities and to help everyone live better. I think it's very essential. And man, just be a good person, okay? I want to mention just one more thing, and then probably wrap it up. But so obviously, I can't do comedy yet. It's been like 3 months. Oh, by the way, I watched Dave Chappelle's special, quote unquote special, that he posted on YouTube 2 days ago. It's called 846, and man, this guy literally, it wasn't even a special. He just like it was filmed in his hometown of like something Ohio. Fuck, I keep burping. Cowboy. And he pretty much holds an impromptu show in front of like 20 people on this farm, on a random farm in Ohio. And he just goes up on the stage by himself, no introduction, nothing. He just goes up and sits on a stool and talks for half an hour just about like the shit that's been happening after George Floyd got murdered. And he's been spitting facts the whole 30 minutes, and he didn't make one joke. And he was still funny. That's the best part. He was still funny when he was not even trying to be funny. And that's how you know he's a legend. He's the GOAT of comedy. No one can touch him. He's separated himself 100% at this point, if he didn't before. He is on the Mount Rushmore of comedians by himself, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I highly recommend you watch that too. It really shows you a good perspective of the injustices that's been happening in the world for black people. And Dave Chappelle really put it well together. So, highly recommend you watch that shit. But I haven't been doing, and the best part, this guy didn't do comedy for 87 days, and he just went up that one night 2 days ago and just went off like it was nothing. So shout out to the legend, the GOAT, Dave Chappelle. So I haven't done comedy either in like 3 months or more than 3 months. I haven't been on stage to tell jokes in front of a live audience, which is fucking frustrating because I just want to tell some jokes and get some laughter, hear some laughter in my fucking face. All right? Need the validation, okay? Please. But no, it's just been tough, man. Like, I love stand-up, and it's my dream to be a touring stand-up comedian around the world. So the fact that we just can't do it because of coronavirus is so shitty. But anyways, something related to that, one of my friends in comedy, his name's Ben Bankus, from Toronto. He actually started, he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to host a show in this park in Toronto. Like at 7 p.m. or some shit, right? And it's a park that's pretty populated. It's very popular, and people go to all the time. And so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna set up a spotlight, have a mic, and I'm bring some comedians on. And he asked me to come do the first show too, but I just told him I can't because it's just risky for me to leave the house, and I'm still quarantined with my family, and it's only because I think my dad and my mom, they're more vulnerable to catching coronavirus, and I just would rather stay safe as much as I can until we're completely allowed to leave and be in public around other people. So I couldn't go, but the first show he did was successful, was great. Then 2 nights ago, he did another show, a second show, and had some dope comedians. And apparently, midway through the show, and everyone's social distancing. The audience, there's like 50 people, and they're all social distance, like far away on the field. They're like on a hill, and like no one's close to each other, right? Midway through the show, some bylaw officers come, and they ticket him $2,000 worth of tickets, 3 different tickets worth $2,000, because he was doing comedy in a park when apparently you're not supposed to, because it's an emergency pandemic going on, and like you're disobeying laws and this and that, and no permit or whatever bullshit, which is not true at all. And I'm so against that, because I'm like, first of all, you're just gonna ticket someone who's doing comedy in a park. No one's in harm, no one's in trouble, no one's doing anything crazy. Like, we're just literally telling jokes, and you're just gonna fucking censor him like that and censor us, the comedians. It's a whole fucking slap in the face to every comedian who sees that. And so for me, I'm like, wow, like, what, comedy's illegal in Canada now? Like, come on, why are you gonna ticket someone who's doing comedy, who's just trying to do some good in life, and you're just gonna ticket him? Are you fucking kidding me? It's free speech, first of all, and no one's even close to each other. So that was pretty shitty. The fact that they did that, and like they're apparently threatening to take him to court, which is also bullshit. But I don't know, man. Like this is the world that we've come to. Everything's all fucked, but you just have to stay positive and think about, your own future and just keep grinding. I'm still making videos every day. I'm making more and more new content, thinking of new ideas, new characters for everyone. So I hope you all are enjoying this podcast. I'm back with regular style podcasts and more comedy coming. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end it there. It's been great. It's been fun. This is episode 9. Next week will be episode 10. Officially 10 episodes. Never thought I'd get here, but here we are. It's going to be great. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in, everyone. Oh, by the way, I always do this every episode. If you're still tuning in, when you're done listening or watching this podcast, make sure to comment on my recent Instagram post with a hashtag FN9. Okay? Right? Hashtag FN9 on my recent Instagram post, so I know that you came from this podcast, that you watched or listened to this podcast, so I know you're a fucking real one. Shout out to Serena. I know you're definitely watching this. And Mike Poles. I know you're listening to this because Mike Poles has been very consistent too. And anyone else who's done it so far, I'm sorry I don't remember the names, but I have seen more and more of those comments, so thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day, your quarantine, your week. Enjoy the weather. The weather's getting better. Summer's here. So get a tan, go for a walk, talk to your family. Stop jerking off too much. It's not good for you. I'll take my own advice. But that's all I want to say. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next week on another episode of Finding Neema. Thank you so much. My name is Neema Naz. Peace.